Something that I really love, I just love watching videos of people talking about their most anticipated reads, or just like what is coming out of like movies, like anticipated horror movies and so on. So we did this for romance and romantasy,
which you should go watch.
and I think it'd be really fun if we talked about the most anticipated reads for mystery / thriller and horror.
I'm excited. I already see some that I have heard the names of.
Yeah. Do you think going through this list can fix your life?
Yes, I do.
Welcome to an episode of the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. We're just going to go ahead and start because I'm pretty sure the list is long.
Yeah.
These are anticipated 2025 reads for first mystery and thrillers. So we're getting this list off of
Goodreads,
the most anticipated reads of 2025. This is under the mystery and thrillers section. The first one is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney, which is set to come out January 14th, meaning it already came out. The ever-reliable British author Alice Feeney, who wrote Rock, Paper, Scissors, returns with the mystery of a missing wife, a baffled husband, a tiny Scottish island, and a mischievous promotional tagline. Wives think their husbands will change, but they don't. Husbands think their wives won't change, but they do. It's a notion so uncomfortable it has to be true. I want to read it.
I kind of want to read it
so
too.
Good.
And you know what's funny? Before you started, I was going to say that I don't love this cover. I don't know. I feel like it's very obvious that it's like a thriller.
A novel.
It just has a novel. But you know what I mean? Like, it's always the ocean and then an island.
It is. I was actually, while I was reading it, it made me think of that one story we had read that was like the island murder mystery story.
Oh, The Guest List?
Yes.
By Lucy Foley?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at you. But that tagline.
That was a good tagline.
Oh, I am so excited. We're reading that.
Yeah, we have to.
Hold on.
Yes, please save that so we don't forget.
I need to save it on our Goodreads, which you can follow at The Book Fix. Also, you can check our link tree out, linktr.ee/thebookfix.
We have a Goodreads under the Book Fix Pod and a Fable under the Book Fix Pod, which we do monthly book clubs. So you should check that out.
Do you notice that we're trying to plug our stuff more? Happy 2025. Want to read. Love that.
So next on this list is The Crash by Freida McFadden. This is going to be released January 28th, and this is the summary. 8 months pregnant and fleeing from a fast collapsing life, Tegan's day can't get any worse until it does. Now she's stranded in a savage Maine blizzard with a broken ankle and a menacing pair of strangers. Author and practicing physician Freida McFadden, who wrote the Housemaid series, furthers the noble tradition of the snowbound thriller.
First of all, you know that's going to slap. It's a Freida book.
Yeah, she always gets me.
And she's always writing. Someone needs to check on Freida. She needs a break. Oh my God. She finishes one book and she's like, next. Oh,
dude,
gosh.
I feel like she has two computers. Like, she's writing one on one side and writing another the other side.
And then the third one, she's editing the one that's about to be published. And she's like,
she has crazy work ethic, but it's admirable. Love that.
I kind of get now why she's really great at writing thrillers if she's a physician. That's kind of, I didn't know that about her. Good for her. Well, Freida, we are planning on reading it. Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. White knuckle suspense specialist Gillian McAllister, author of Wrong Place, Wrong Time, has a particularly stressful story proposition this time around. Imagine you've just dropped off your daughter at the nursery when you discover that your husband is part of a hostage situation in the city. Then imagine your surprise when you discover your husband isn't a hostage. He's the gunman.
Divorce. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Actually, I'm not down anymore. I'm not down. I was down for a bit.
Wait, why aren't you down? What about this are you not feeling?
I'm not down for that man. No, don't get me wrong. I am down for that story.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a really interesting take. I just wonder if it's going to be a story where the wife is trying to defend the husband.
Like, that's my man.
That's mine. That's mine.
But, you know, I get it.
Not a fan of the cover.
I will say. I don't like the cover either.
Very basic. Okay.
All right. Next on this list, it comes out February 11th. It's titled The Queens of Crime, written by Benedict. The summary is inspired by an actual incident in the life of crime novelist Dorothy L. Sayers. This historical mystery features 5 renowned women authors who decide to tackle a real-life murder case in 1930s London. Agatha Christie is in the mix too. Author Marie Benedict, who wrote The Personal Librarian, has carved out a successful genre niche by mining the true stories of famous women in history.
So this is a true story?
It says inspired by an actual incident, so I'm not sure. Like
so
how
it's a
much
true story, but she's adding dialogue.
Yeah, she's like taking inspiration from it, so kind of true.
That's kind of funny. Well, I like it. It's just that's an interesting concept for a book. I don't think it's for me though.
I don't think it's for me either. So
the next one is You Are Fatally Invited by Ande Pliego, another meta adventure in crime fiction. This debut from author Ande Pliego features a writer's retreat gone terribly wrong. On a dark and stormy island, 6 thriller novelists assemble for a week of games and puzzles hosted by legendary author J.R. Allister. The inevitable dead body appears, really and truly and quite messily dead, and the party is just getting started. This is set to come out February 11th. Kind of down.
I'm kind of down too. Down. Anything that gives me Clue vibes, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of down.
Were you a fan of that board game?
Oh, yeah. Dude, my mom loves that game.
Really?
Dude, she loves that game so much.
I love that for her.
She's pretty good at it, actually. But yeah, I'm kind of down for that one. Next on the list is going to be released March 25th. It's titled This Book Will Bury Me, written by Ashley Winstead. This is the summary. In the wake of the infamous Delphine massacres, grieving college student Jane Sharp falls into the strange and dangerous subculture of online serial killer hunters. Houston author and dedicated genre hopper Ashley Winstead, who wrote In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, presents a modern thriller set among the sinister intersections of murder, media, and true crime fandom.
I'm down.
It sounds good.
I'm down. That sounds... How down are you?
I'm pretty down. Like, this sounds really, really good.
For horror season, I feel like I would eat that up.
Yeah, for spooky season.
Can I just say, I feel like half of this this book
couch?
I feel like half of this couch doesn't believe I like horror books, and I don't know what half it is.
I don't think you do.
I think I do.
Anytime we do horror books, you're like not down.
No, I am. I swear I am. You just don't get it. Okay. The next one is Julie Chan is Dead by Lian Zhang. A decidedly 21st century kind of thriller, this debut novel from Canadian author Lian Zhang tells the curious tale of Julie Chan. Or let me say again. The curious tale of Julie Chan, who has just assumed the identity of her recently deceased twin sister, Chloe. Chloe, it seems, was a rich and glamorous influencer with powerful friends. But as Julie soon learns, Chloe's life was much darker than anyone could have known. Damn.
That sounds pretty good.
This is set to release April 29th. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. Can you imagine? Like,
that's so weird.
Like, there's so many different ways that Chloe's life could be dark. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different directions that could go in.
Julie Chan is
Imagine
dead.
It's like not even dark.
I know. I'm actually a fan of this cover though.
Yeah, I like it too.
Oh, I put currently reading. How are we currently reading that? Want to read?
It's not out yet. Okay, the next on the list is titled The Man Made of Smoke by Alex North. This is set to release May 13th.
He wrote The Whisper Man. I know this guy.
Yeah? Okay, so this is the summary. Criminal profiler Dan Garvey has extremely good reasons for doing what he does. As a child, he barely escaped a grisly fate after encountering a lunatic serial killer. When his father dies under mysterious circumstances, Dan must return to his hometown, deploy his professional skills, and confront a shattering possibility. Alex North, who wrote The Whisper Man, has the details. I hope he does. He wrote it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm okay.
I'm okay too. I feel like unless somebody really wants us to read it, I'm okay with not reading it.
I do know that The Whisper Man did really well.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
I don't know that one.
So, King of Ashes is our next one by S.A. Cosby. The reigning king of Southern Noir, author of Razorblade Tears, All the Sinners Bleed, will be back this summer with another heart-pounding thriller. We predict you'll be hearing a lot about this Godfather-inspired crime epic and family drama. Not only is a new Cosby novel always an event, the movie rights for this next book have already been snapped up by Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment and Barack and Michelle Obama's higher ground in a development deal for Netflix. Stay tuned. What did it say?
What is this about?
Wait, what is this about? Wait, did you just...
It's Godfather-inspired crime, epic, and family drama. That's all I know. And it's set to release June 10th.
I'm not a fan of these types of summaries. You didn't summarize anything. You gave me a little, you sold yourself. I'm not here for that. I
mean, I'm a little bit down because I think it'd be fun, like, to read the book and then talk about the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not, like, rushing to read it either.
Hey, don't get it twisted, though, because it says there's a development deal. It doesn't say they started.
Oh, you're right. So we'll see what happens. Next on the list is going to be released June 10th. The title is The Bachelorette Party, written by Camilla Sten. This is the summary. Remote Scandinavian islands, classy yoga retreats, sophisticated bachelorette parties. The new novel from Swedish author Camilla Sten, who wrote The Lost Village, invites readers to a scheduled isle that may or may not be the location of one of the country's most gruesome historical murders. Protagonist and podcast host Tessa Nilsson is about to find out the hard way.
I don't think I'm down.
I like the cover, but I feel like I'm not super excited to read it. Ooh, but this next one.
Remind me, none of this is true. Was that the best friend one? The birthday
twin.
Birthday twins. Okay.
We ate that book up.
We did eat that book up. Okay. Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell, which is set to come out June 24th. British author Lisa Jewell, author of None of This Is True, has been cheerfully blowing readers' minds with her plot twist for more than 25 years now. She's awfully good at it. Her latest mystery thriller features 3 women who find that they are connected by a man who is not who he says he is. Yeah, I think I could stop there. That's crazy.
Wow. That's literally like the Facebook groups that's like, are we dating the same man?
Dude.
Oh my, the drama that must go down in those Facebook groups. Let me in.
I know. But also don't let me in. If I get put in that group, I'll be like, hey, wait.
I know. I'm just kidding.
That's crazy.
Stay safe.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Don't Let Him In?
Don't Let Him In. Yes. It comes out, when did you say? June 24th.
I feel like this is the year of books, dude. Just like it's the year of women, which is every year.
Yeah. I'm excited. That sounds really good.
Go ahead.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the horror anticipated reads for 2025. The first one on the list is written by Grady Hendrix, titled Witchcraft of Wayward Girls. Comes out January 14th, so it's already out. This is the summary. Contemporary horror superstar Grady Hendrix, who wrote The Final Girl Support Group, turns his eye for evil to witchcraft with this new novel, which follows a group of pregnant teenagers in a Florida group home for unwed delinquents. When a friendly librarian gives the girls a book on the occult, the teens tap into their own innate powers and turn the tables on their oppressors.
This kind of sounds like The Invocations.
It does, huh?
It?
I kind of got The Craft vibes a little bit because they're teens, but sounds good.
You think we'd read it?
I'm not sure.
I think I would personally read it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would read it for the podcast unless someone really wanted us to read it.
Yeah, but it does sound really good though.
Mm-hmm. The next one is called Listen to Your Sister by Neena Viel. This is set to release February 4th. Check out the fabulous book cover art for a sense of the tone in this one. Pacific Northwest author Neena Viel's debut tells the story of 3 desperate siblings and an extremely unfortunate cabin rental experience. Always check those online reviews.
Okay, that sounds good. I really like the cover too.
Listen to Your Sister. Oh my gosh, I could just imagine if I made that mistake, my sister would have been like, I told you.
You don't listen to me. That's the problem. She would never let it go.
I know she wouldn't. Remember that one time you Airbnb'd out? I get it. I should have checked.
You make one mistake. Okay, this next one is set to release February 25th. It's titled Something in the Walls, written by Daisy Pierce. The summary says, child psychologist Mina has just agreed to help a 13-year-old girl who insists she's being menaced by an ancient witch. As it happens, the girl's family lives in a remote village with superstitious locals. There seems like red flags, frankly. UK author Daisy Pierce delivers atmospheric folk horror in the vein of Midsummer or the old school weird fiction of Arthur Machen.
I don't think it's gripped me yet. It almost had me at the whole Midsummer comparison.
I knew it. But Midsummer was really good.
It was really good, but I don't think this is it for me.
I don't think so either, but again, if someone really wants us to read it, then I'm down.
The next one is The Unworthy by Agustina Basterica, translated by Sarah Moses. The formidable Argentine author Agustina Basterica, which wrote Tender is the Flesh, may have 2025's most disturbing horror novel. Set in the near future dystopia, the book follows a desperate woman trapped in a violent religious order. Basterica is looking at the really scary stuff: climate collapse, ideological zealotry, and humankind's own tenacious demons who seem to come back again and again.
It comes out March 4th.
Dang, birthday present.
Violent religious order, I'm down.
No, same. But I've told you, right? With like horror things, when it has to do with religion, it scares me more.
It scares me more too, but I feel like we need that, you know?
The Unworthy?
Yeah, The Unworthy by Agustina Basterica. I don't know if we'll read it in March. We might hold off until spooky season.
I think we should hold off until spooky season. Unless someone's really feeling it.
They're just like, please. Then maybe. But it does sound really good. Okay. The next one is set to release March 18th. It's Buffalo Hunter, written by Stephen Graham Jones. Stephen Graham Jones has written some of the scariest books of the new millennium. Don't read The Good Indians, which he wrote, in any kind of low-light situation. His new historical horror novel is set in 1912 and features a Lutheran priest, a series of confessions, and a vampire who enforces a very specific code of justice. Seriously, keep the lights on. I'm kind of down.
I'm very down. I've been wanting to read The Only Good Indians.
That one was really good.
You read it?
Yeah.
When? Without me?
Yeah, I don't remember when it was. I listened to because it was on Everand.
Oh, how long is it?
I don't remember. It was a while ago. I think it was it 2 summers ago? I don't remember.
Dang.
I have no concept of time. You know okay. This about me.
Today has just felt like a long day that's been 10 years of my life. I'm down for this one. This sounds good.
Okay. Next.
Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang by Kylie Lee Baker, which is set to come out April 29th. Set during the start of COVID-19 epidemic in New York City, Kylie Lee Baker's grim and subversive novel follows crime scene cleaner Cora Zhang as she makes a series of terrible discoveries. Ignorance and misinformation have triggered a wave of real-world violence against Asians in the city, but Cora suspects that something even more deadly is out hunting in the season of the hungry ghosts.
Wait, there's ghosts? Wait, hold on.
That kind of sounds good.
It does sound really good. I'm down to read it if you want to. What is this cover, though? What am I looking at? Oh, it's a bat. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. All right.
That's going to be very... very racially driven.
Yeah.
But during the start of COVID-19, I feel like, why do I keep putting reading? We're not reading it. Don't, if anyone's watching. And days, weeks later, you're like, why did they put that? Now you know.
Okay, so next on the list is set to release May 6th. It's The Manor of Dreams, written by Christina Lee. The summary is: spanning 3 generations and 2 narrative timelines, the adult fiction debut from Christina Lee combines classic gothic tropes with the dark side of Hollywood glamour. There's a crumbling old Southern California mansion, a reading of the will, and 2 Chinese American families caught up in what may be supernatural developments. Movie star Vivian Yin, it seems, was keeping some secrets.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not really feeling it.
I feel like it sounds a little bit interesting, but I could wait to see if anyone recommends it or really wants us to read it.
And the last one on this list is Never Flinch by Stephen King. Mark your calendars for new Stephen King, a killer out for revenge and a vigilante stalking a feminist celebrity speaker. See their tales mingle in the latest novel from the world's most popular horror novelist. Readers will also find familiar King characters here, including Holly Gibney and gospel singer Sister Bessie. Set to release May 27th. Sorry, Steven, your books are so long.
Also, I don't even know what this book is about.
Yeah, me neither. Like the cover, though. I'm a fan of that.
Oh, yeah. I do like the cover, too. This next one is The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno-Garcia.
That sounds familiar.
It's set to release July 15th. And here's the summary. Oh, my freaking long-ass nails. Okay. 3 women in 3 different eras encounter danger and witchcraft in this eerie multi-generational horror saga from the New York Times bestseller author of Mexican Gothic. This is a quote. Back then, when I was a young woman, there were still witches, end quote. That was how Nana Alba always began the stories she told her great-granddaughter Minerva. Stories that have stayed with Minerva all her life. Perhaps that's why Minerva has become a graduate student focused on the history of horror literature and is researching the life of Beatriz Tremblay, an obscure author of macabre tales. In the course of assembling her thesis, Minerva uncovers information that reveals that Tremblay's most famous novel, The Vanishing, was inspired by a true story. Decades earlier, during the Great Depression, Tremblay attended the same university where Minerva is now studying and became obsessed with her beautiful and otherworldly roommate, who then disappeared under mysterious circumstances. As Minerva descends even deeper into Tremblay's manuscript, she begins to sense that the malign force that stalked Tremblay and the missing girl might still walk the halls of the campus.
That feels dense.
It does feel dense, but it kind of sounds a little bit good. Okay, so it's because there's some books that I know are coming out that were not on this list.
Can I read that one?
Yes.
So this one's called The Possessions of Alba Diaz, a book written by Isabel Cañas, set to release August 19th, 2025. When a demonic presence awakens deep in a Mexican silver mine, the young woman it seizes must turn to the one man she shouldn't trust. From best-selling author Isabel Cañas. In 1765, plague sweeps through Zacatecas. Alba flees with her wealthy merchant parents and the fiancé Carlos to his family's isolated mine for refuge. But safety proves fleeting as other dangers soon bare their teeth. Alba begins suffering from strange hallucinations, sleepwalking, and violent convulsions. She senses something cold lurking beneath her skin, something angry, something wrong. Elias, haunted by a troubled past, came to the new world to make his fortune and escape his family's legacy of greed. Alba, as his cousin's betrothed, is none of his business, which is of course why he can't help but notice her every time she enters a room, or the growing tension between them, and why he notices her deteriorate when the demon's thirst for blood grows stronger. I'm kind of down.
That one sounds really good.
That one sounds good.
Dude, there's so many on this list. There's so many.
Can I see? Ooh, what's that one?
So this one is I Can Fix Her by Ray Wild. It's set to release June 3rd. And it says, this is how you lose the time war meets things have gotten worse since we last spoke in this fast-paced queer horror novel in which an obsessive woman stumbles upon a second chance romance with her flighty paramour. But it quickly deteriorates into a dark spiral of destruction. Johnny spots her ex, Alice, at the local cafe with a vague sense that she's been there before. Though she's still angry about their breakup and Alice's subsequent ghosting, Johnny can't resist the draw of a second shot at their relationship and accepts Alice's invitation back to her apartment. Once there, promises are exchanged, there's talk of wonder and change and dreams made real. But after spending the night together, they face a morning in which Alice is still Alice, Johnny is still Johnny, and the dog has doubled in size. Over the course of a week, increasingly bizarre changes in the world around them force Johnny to consider whether the pair can change just as easily, if they can change at all, or if both her relationship and the bounds of reality are destined to implode.
I'm kind of down.
It's not good.
I'm kind of down. You want to do one more?
Yes, let's do one more. I just want to... I don't know which one of those 6 you want to do.
This last one is called Girl in the Creek by Wendy N. Wagner. This is set to release July 15th, 2025. The Girl in the Creek by Hugo Award winner Wendy N. Wagner is an atmospheric and eerie story about a Pacific Northwest forest that seems to be devouring all who enter. A perfect read for fans of T. Kingfisher and Jeff Vandermeer Cli-Fi cosmic horror. The Clackamas National Forest has always been a sanctuary for evil, human and alien. The shadows of looming trees and long abandoned mines shelter poachers and serial killers alike. Then there's the ruined hotel on the outskirts of picturesque small town Faraday, Oregon, nestled in the foothills of Mount Hood. The one drowning in mushrooms and fungus not even the local experts can identify. Not to mention the stacks of missing person cases. Freelance writer Erin Harper arrives in Faraday to find out what happened to her brother, whose disappearance in the forest has haunted her for years. But someone else has gone missing, and when Erin finds her in the creek, the girl vanishes again, this time from the morgue. And several days later, her fingerprints show up at the murder scene. Maybe it's a serial killer, or maybe it's the spores infecting the forest and those lost inside. Erin must find answers quickly before anyone else goes missing, but she might be next. I really like this cover.
Oh, yeah, that's a good cover, but I think I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Wow, so many horror books.
There were so many bangers on that list.
Yeah, I feel like there's more, though. I feel like we just hit the surface. Mm-hmm. So if anyone has any horror books they want to recommend
that are released this year, please let us know. Or any mysteries and thrillers.
Just know I get scared easily. And although I might look like I hate horror books, I don't. I promise I don't.
We've had 2 spooky seasons. And I just feel like you're just not that excited.
I am. I swear I am. I'm going to be so excited. First day October, I'm going to be full on Halloween already.
We start in September.
Oh, we do start in September. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. I feel it. Okay, to anyone who is listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars and a review recommending us our next read, maybe a next horror read.
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really enjoy our content. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, then you can find us on Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you would like to support us on any other social media or would like to follow our Goodreads and Fable book clubs, you can see them on our Linktree, linktr.ee/thebookfix. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We don't do outros no more.
What do you mean?
Should we do an outro?
Nothing to say?
Okay.
It's busy out there.
Yeah, it's definitely very loud outside. Hopefully it doesn't get picked up by the mic.
Real funny, but do you remember early in our career as the Book Fix?
Yes.
When we used to film in the middle of nowhere?
Yes, I do remember that. It was very scary. Oh my god, dude, the amount of times that I would get so scared.
The scariest I remember was when we did Banana Fish. Shout out to when we did that one anime once. Mm-hmm. And we were horrified.
Dude, I don't know what it was, but I was so scared.
I'm gonna spoil a little because it's an anime, you know. But there was one thing we were talking about where they were like, oh yeah, that character, remember it said that he got assassinated later, like how he had expected he would. And then both you and I felt it. I felt that we both felt the silence. And then we were like, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You're like, shut up, don't say anything else. Yeah, I think there was a moment where I was like, let's not talk about that, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh my gosh. Which is funny because it was Cowtown, middle of nowhere. But literally middle of nowhere. There was no one there.
Which was a little bit of a blessing, I guess.
A little bit. But I love the ambiance.